All right then, we are going live here, folks. Just completely off the cuff, unprepared. I mean, even Jeremy is supping on some soda there. We just thought we would open up another live stream here for you folks to join and actually talk to some human beings about what's going on with the live streams at the moment. So if anybody is joining us here, I'm not seeing anybody joining just yet, so hopefully we'll have some people popping in very soon. Hi, Jeremy. Welcome to this just hastily put together live stream. What we're doing is tracking this event that's going on in YouTube, which is just absolutely insane, in that PewDiePie is taking on T-Series with what seems to be the rise of the Phoenix resurgence somehow. They will not be beaten today, as we predicted.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Beast, I guess, recently just told all his 9 million subscribers to go subscribe to PewDiePie, and that's a rally cry. I mean, he's got what, 50 or 60,000 subscribers in hours, minutes?
Yeah, so I was tracking it, and I think he has gained like 50 subscribers in the last 2-3 hours, and he's now outpacing T-Series, which previously T-Series was outpacing PewDiePie by around about 80 to 90,000 subscribers a day. And now looking at it, PewDiePie is 170,000 subscribers in front of T-Series, which is certainly more than the day started. I don't know if people are aware, we've got another live stream running at the moment, which is tracking the actual count. We've got an estimated takeover time of 20 hours. We need to change that, Jeremy. It's not going to happen in 20 hours.
Yeah, probably, definitely. For those of you, Rob, why is this such a big deal? Why is T-Series overtaking PewDiePie and total subscribers they're going to be the first and second biggest subscribed channels in the world? Why is this so important? What does this matter?
It just feels as if first of all, I think it's this signifies the majority of the YouTube product and platform now, in the sense that PewDiePie represents the individual video creator, like somebody who's just turned his passion and his gaming into something amazing. And T-Series seems as if almost like this big evil empire of a huge company in a country that's getting these millions of subscribers, potentially bots. That's the conspiracy theories that are going around. So it feels like the old guard of YouTube is finally being overtaken because of how the platform is now. I mean, Jerry, what do you think about that? Would you necessarily agree with that in terms of like tradition being overtaken by like the I don't know, YouTube V2, the second generation, or even like the fourth or fifth generation that's arriving?
Yeah, I mean, I think, look, a lot of people's argument here is this is not fair because, T-Series is a like $1 billion company, a music company, and PewDiePie is a dude. Well, one thing you got to remember is we're not reporting on who's better. We're simply saying who's going to have the most subscribers in the world. And life isn't fair either, right?
Indeed, yeah.
So we're just literally reporting on who has the most subscribers, who's about to take over. And, any company in the world can make this challenge. They can go try to get the most subscribers on YouTube. So even with $1 billion companies and some of the, the biggest companies in the world, they're not even close to T-Series. So to me, it's way bigger and deeper than, a company with big pockets versus a creator. So a lot of people are being very immature about this and saying, my guy's better, who's going to win? This is not a competition, right? It's just literally people, one person's going to have more subscribers than the other. PewDiePie is going to wake up in 2 or 3 days and still make money and be fine.
And in 2 or 3 days, I think he's still going to be overtaken. I think that seems pretty inevitable at this point, but it's this one last hurrah for PewDiePie. And I think I did a video recently just tracking this, and he has been leading YouTube now for nearly 5 years. I think it was over 1,700 days. So it's going to be like 1,702 days or 3 days that he holds this flag. I think why you asked the question, why is this so important? And I think almost like the gamification of YouTube is one thing. Like it's almost like subscribers represents experience points or your level on a video game, and to see somebody else overtake that is always going to be interesting. I'm sure when and if somebody starts to approach T-Series, we'll have a similar sort of attitude, but maybe it'll be a little different because we're going from this individual to team or company channel that's going to be the leading force.
And this has happened many times in the past with what was it, PSY or whatever that guy's, I forgot the stupid song at this point.
Gundam style.
And Justin Bieber, and there's been a lot of like view wars and battles in the past, and who had the most single video views and things like that. So this is going to keep on repeating, and with almost billions of viewers on YouTube now, and YouTube becoming more global, I honestly believe that America is one of the smaller countries, compared to India and Asia and other places. I think this is going to be our new normal. I mean, PewDiePie is not even from America, by the way. Most people don't realize that. But I think that we're going to just get a lot more global and diverse. I also think this is going to empower a lot of other companies to be like, hey, why aren't we the most subscribed channel in the world?
Yeah, so thank you to all of the people who are starting to join us here in the live stream. We want to hear your thoughts. We want this to be like an interactive conversation that we're going to have here for maybe 30 minutes or so. And one person did ask, Pop Charts PH, you're asking it's not over. That's correct. So we were kind of predicting that T-Series would overtake PewDiePie at some point today or tomorrow. But just looking at the numbers, I'm just going to show you our current live stream, which is tracking this. T-Series are at 67,300,000. PewDiePie are at 67,480,000. So they're now 180,000 subscribers ahead again. But that was down to about 120, 130 earlier on in the day. And something's happened. And what we're trying to establish here is what's happened, which has changed everything. Because Jeremy and I were actually discussing this yesterday. We had a video that was, we were deciding whether or not to release it a little early to hit the trend of PewDiePie being overtaken by T-Series. So we made the gamble and we launched it, and the video is doing very well. But the problem is with the video that I started with saying it's official, T-Series has overtaken PewDiePie, and they haven't, and it looks like we're not going to do it for another 3 or 4 days at least. So something's happened today, and we think it's due to a channel called Mr. Beast, who's launched a video in the last couple of hours. And what he's done is bought loads of adverts, I think in his hometown and perhaps on some websites, including a Reflector, which is trying to encourage people to subscribe to PewDiePie. Now, I don't necessarily think it's the adverts that are causing this effect. I think it's the popularity of that video, which I think has got 500,000 views in the last 2 or 3 hours when it was first released, and people are maybe seeing that video from Mr. Beast, and maybe they were lapsed PewDiePie subscribers are resubscribing, or they, God forbid, they're hearing for PewDiePie for the first time ever. That sounds absolutely ridiculous as I say that, but this Mr. Beast channel has 10 million subscribers, and yeah, I'm just all of this information. I'm trying to work out what's going on here. Joe.
Hey Rob, why don't you put your screen back into the counter so
yeah, absolutely
watch. And just a few shout outs here. That Squid said Mr. Beast is God. So a lot of people are here from Mr. Beast, apparently. Hi to all of you. Our basically companies are taking over. I mean, I think that's the nature of all media, right? Mm-hmm. Radio started, with nerds and ended with corporate takeovers, right? So in television, and I think media is very powerful, and YouTube is pretty much the largest video media platform in the world now. So yeah, I think companies are going to take it over. There is one thing though that companies don't have that us creators do, and that's humanity. Yeah. That's individualism. That's having a voice. Most brands don't have a face. They don't have a human. And, there's been some great companies that have figured out how to get around this. But for the most part, people want to connect with other people. So brands kind of suck at YouTube in general.
You've heard it here first, folks. Quote Jeremy here: brands suck at YouTube.
I said kind of, not all of them. but most of them. Red Bull, I mean, there's some amazing examples of brands that are really good at video, but in general, let's just be honest, brands aren't super great at creating content people want to consume and creating content that builds audiences for themselves.
Yeah,
music is different because music is individualism and expression and taste, and so it's way different than a normal company.
Armand Games, you say, can you have a shout out? You just have done. Emerald Tommy, vidIQ, do you read chat? That's your answer. I just read it. Jeremy, just to follow on with what you said about PewDiePie being an individual, I think that's very much reflected in the actual view counts. If you dig a little deeper into the two channels here, when I was researching T-Series, maybe the average video would get in the tens of thousands of views, perhaps hundreds of thousands of views. But PewDiePie, whenever he chucks something out, he's getting 3 million plus views on every single video. And if he had the ability to produce 4 or 5 videos a day, he would be a huge channel. He'd probably have double the number of subscribers he has. And when you think of somebody like Shane Dawson, who's, again, an individual, maybe with an editor to help him, or maybe 1 or 2 people working in the background there, and his recent Jake Paul videos that are getting in excess of 10 million views for each video, if these individual creators could generate content at the speed and production values of T-Series, you'd see them having perhaps 100 million plus subscribers. I still think that at some point, an individual or a small group of people on a YouTube channel will surpass 100 million subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll happen in the next year or two.
Yeah.
T-Series will probably be the first person to do it. And honestly, if Jake and Logan Paul get their kind of stuff together as far as, stop trying to almost get banned. They had the velocity. They had the velocity, to do this. I think they're kind of tarnished now, and brands, may not be super proud of them. So who knows what's going to happen? But, that is one of the biggest controversies. One is, this is an individual, this is a company, it's not fair. And then the second kind of thing we hear a lot about is that the views. So a lot of people are saying that T-Series has sub bots, and none of these subscribers are real, and this is all fake. And so, what do you think about that, Rob?
So, I think there are a couple of factors that have really helped T-Series dominate their particular area of YouTube. And I try to describe this as a Back to the Future theory, in that T-Series is operating in a underdeveloped YouTube audience, but yet they have all the skills and the technology and the people in hand to really take advantage of this. It's almost like, because they've been publishing videos for about 7 years, and internet usage in India itself has increased by about 600% in the last 9 years. And there's now more, as you said, there's more Indians now on YouTube than Americans. But there's probably a tiny fraction of Indian video creators versus North American video creators. So there's still such a what's the word? Famine's not the right word, but the supply of content from Indian video creators is just not there yet. And so any channel that's already established has such an opportunity to dominate and be one of the leading channels, whoever it is. I mean, I know a channel who did tech in India, and he got in there like 3-4 years ago now, and the channel has 1 million or 2 million subscribers, and probably will continue to do that. And when you look at some of these Indian channels, you see video content and production and talent that's probably back in the late 2000s on YouTube. There's still a lot to be learned there. And I think another thing that people are saying is that thanks to an Indian mobile phone carrier company called, and I apologize if I pronounce this wrong, Jiao, who have been able to supply internet to a lot of new consumers at a very cheap price. It's something like 4 gigs of data for equivalent of like $10 a month, which sounds incredible. So they're getting all these people online, and because T-Series is already there, is a huge channel with content that's very relevant. Because I talked about how there are Bollywood channels, certainly probably in North America, and and that's been supplied to a certain extent. But all these Indian consumers who are wanting this content on a mobile platform, and T-Series is already there. And I don't know if I'm getting this all completely right. I'm sure there's people who've done a lot more research on this and maybe know a little more. But that seems to be the general. The general. You know what?
Topics. We have a lot of Indian viewers right now.
Yeah, we do.
Feel free to ask. Feel free to let us know in comments. Why you think this is. Also, I have a question for our chat. Did you automatically get subscribed to the T-Series channel when you? I don't know when, but people are saying this is happening.
It's a great question.
Did that happen to you guys? Another thing is, people are trying to make this about race, and it really breaks my heart. I will say that the new music video from PewDiePie was kind of not cool. I mean, I think he was just trying to be funny, but I'm not. What do you think about that music video, Rob? Did you watch it?
I've watched it, and it's one of those ones where you're thinking, did he just say that, or is that appropriate? Or stereotypes are never a good thing. And you're seeing the screen that I'm sharing now. I've had to hide the chat because unfortunately this is a very divisive conversation. I mean, if it was two channels, English speaking channels, for example, predominantly English speaking, do you think the conversation would be completely different? And would we be what would be the dynamic of that if it was, I don't know, English v English channel, for example?
Yeah, I mean, I think PewDiePie has a way of polarizing people, kind of like Donald Trump does, right? So,
interesting. So another quote there from Jeremy. He's saying that PewDiePie is the Donald Trump of YouTube.
He is. I mean, if you look at like most of the stuff that's went viral, he just like pisses people off. That's kind of what he does. And so, when you polarize people, I mean, we have been doing a live stream for many days now, and most of the comments are, very decisive and mean to, this country doesn't like this country and this person doesn't like this person. Still a lot of hate and evilness. Like it's sad. It kind of breaks my heart. And I honestly believe that music video that PewDiePie put out is a big contributor to that. I think he like lit the fire and is happy to see what happens next.
So I'm just watching tracking the numbers here and now. T-Series at 67,302, PewDiePie 67,486. So I think again PewDiePie has maybe pushed 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers further ahead. So there is momentum there. How long is it going to last? We're not sure. Thank you, everybody who's joining us on this actual conversational live stream. It's fantastic that you're here. If you have any comments, we'd love to read them out, as long as they're appropriate.
We just got one from, hey, I'm from India, and I'm not subbed to T-Series.
Okay.
I don't think they have sub bots. That's really good to hear. I mean, from the source in India there. And, I don't think necessarily PewDiePie is bad. I just think he tried in his music video to start this war. I think he tried to offend people, and I think he did a really good job.
Amisha Patel, you're asking, do you think it's a PewDiePie versus T-Series is going to trend for 3 or 4 days? So I think this is a really interesting question for both Jeremy and my point of view, because we started thinking about this a week ago. We knew this was going to happen at the end of October.
Hey, would you mind pulling up Google Trends and showing her?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. YouTube?
We'll show you what we discovered, and I think this
right. Rob's pulling that up. I'll just kind of explain it. Yeah. So we knew this was going to happen, right? Like we didn't know how much it was going to happen, but we knew this was going to be a thing. So we got onto this bandwagon before the trends, and we actually have over 1 million minutes watched, from doing this live video and kind of knowing what was going to happen. But if you look at the screen here, what is this? So this is Google Trends for click on, instead of web search, click on YouTube.
Here we go.
So you can actually specify on Google Trends YouTube trends, not just web search. So now what's going to happen is you're actually going to see interest over time. And when did that interest start? Like,
So we're talking around about, let's see, beginning of September, it just started to slowly grow. And then at the end, between September and October, there was a significant increase. And then as the
can you
weeks have
scroll
gone
up
in,
a little bit because we're
yeah,
being,
sorry. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, as we moved into October, but like the last 2-3 weeks, it started to rocket up, increasing exponentially, basically. And so we started to think about it last week. So we're looking at maybe the week of the 14th to the 20th of October. That's when we started our live stream. It's when I started preparing my video on the subject, and it looks as if it's going to continue to trend into the stratosphere in the upcoming week.
I would guess this is going to trend for months. I think the biggest part of it will be for 2 to 4 more weeks. And obviously this trend will start heading down when, after it's said and done in 2 or 3 days, it'll probably peak for a week of people not knowing about this or hearing about it from their friends. And then it'll probably in a week or two completely shoot down, but there will still be a lot of interest for, I would say, months.
Yeah. So regarding that, I think Amisha asked the original question. So we decided to just, as an experiment, do a live stream. See if I can find the right one.
And while you're doing that, Emerald Tommy has asked us about 47 times for a shout out. Shout out.
There, you've
Emerald
got yours.
Tommy.
You have your shout out.
And he wanted to point out that PewDiePie and T-Series get a lot of support from other countries. You know, YouTube makes the world kind of small. I mean, people are watching channels from all over the world, which is really cool, I think, you know, for people to experience other cultures. So you're right, Emerald Tommy. You got a shout out, and we agree with you.
So I'm just on a search here now for T-Series versus PewDiePie. That seems to be the trending thing at the moment. And this chap here, we have to give credit here for complete YouTube entrepreneurial genius. He set up this live stream here at the beginning of September, I think. Started on the 1st of September, and his live stream of them showing T-Series versus PewDiePie.
And didn't he get 150,000 subscribers from this thing?
Yeah, I think he had almost 0 subscribers when he started this. There's 13. I should probably hide the chat here in case there's anything inappropriate going on right now.
Yeah, there's inappropriate.
So sorry about that. So there's like almost 13,000 people just watching and chatting in this, which is like incredible. Like, who watches a sub count, and how long do they watch it for, and how long do they chat for? And I think our analytics, Jeremy, are showing that people maybe stick around for maybe 3 or 4 minutes, say their piece, and maybe move on. We're trying to increase that, of course, through our live stream, which is, I think, it's been trending at between 500 and 1,000 views, depending on the time of day. But yeah, it's fascinating from a YouTube perspective how people are jumping on this trend and trying to, I guess, get it to work in their favor. There's going to be a lot of arguments about whether this is clickbait, and absolutely there is a certain element here, which is why we're doing this live stream, to try and add more intelligent conversation to this. I mean, is this the right thing to do, Jerry? Are we doing the right thing? I mean, look at this, like T-Series versus PewDiePie. We have 3 videos here trending in the top 10. Now, this might be influenced by my own searches in the last couple of days, but yeah, we got 3 videos right there trending, which just seems absurd.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? Who knows, right? I mean, we're experimenting. We teach people how to do YouTube. We have software that actually helps creators, create more relevant content, meta information, titles, keyword research, things like this. So this is what we do for a living. So this is important to us. These types of things are really important. So I think we are doing the right thing. I mean, I don't, who knows, right? But testing and experimenting and seeing what works and doesn't with YouTube is what we're all about.
Props to you, Bad Sinner. You're saying, is anybody else watching this? And it's 2:46 in the morning. That is dedication. Thank you very much. There, Science Games. We audited your channel, I remember, on Tuesday. It's 10 to 2 in the morning for you. I'm guessing you're in the UK then. If that's, would that be the UK? No, it might be Ireland. But anyway, props to you for continuing to join the live stream. Right, Jeremy, an update here. 67,302,000 for T-Series. PewDiePie 67,490,000. So they're now almost 200,000 subscribers ahead again. Does that mean they've picked up like 40,000 subscribers since we started this live stream?
Yeah, this is wild. I mean, this is really cool. The Emoji Kid asks, vidIQ, do you think it's smart to make a video on this topic? Okay, so here's the thing I would say. If you're a vlog, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you can relate or correlate this topic to what you do, then yes, it makes sense. But if you're just trend chasing, see, we literally teach people how to do YouTube and this, get more views and subscribers. And this is literally right up our alley. Like, This is not a stress for us to talk about. This is actually what we do for a living. So it makes sense for us. It would be a stretch. If you're a gaming channel, it would totally make sense. A gamer is going to be dethroned by a music channel. If you're a music channel, it totally makes sense. But what I wouldn't do is make this into something that your channel's not about. I had someone I know went to a music venue recently, and she does like how-to tutorials, and she filmed like a famous musician and got like tons of views, and it actually kind of messed up her channel because YouTube now thinks it's like a music channel and not a how-to channel. And there's something called the candidate engine that YouTube's AI uses to figure out what to send, what kind of traffic, what type of viewers to send to your YouTube page. And honestly, like, I just don't think it makes a lot of sense to talk about a whole lot of different stuff.
Yeah, I guess the most recent example of where there was a really trending topic was, again, the Shane Dawson interviews with Jake Paul. We could have perhaps tried to jump on that bandwagon because there were so many conversation videos about that and critiques and like discussions just about the videos themselves. But it wasn't completely in our wheelhouse, so we didn't really chase that trend. But like Jeremy says, something like this where it's strictly about YouTube, subscribers. I mean, like a big question is, do subscribers matter anymore? That's a big question that's been asked for a couple of years now. And even though T-Series has 67 million subscribers, average video gets maybe a couple of 100,000 views. PewDiePie's gets millions of views. So how valuable are subscribers now to anyone other than maybe somebody trying to quickly canvass whether a channel's worth contacting for, I don't know, sponsorship or brands? But you'd expect them to be more savvy than just looking at subscriber count. So yeah, really interesting stuff. Have we got any more comments coming in here? And just to check, Jeremy, how much time do you have left before Jeremy has to?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bow here in a minute, but I can go for a few more minutes. You can just keep on without me. So a lot of people are saying, hey, PewDiePie is buying subs, and some people are like, T-Series never did sub bots, and we don't know. Like, we have no idea what really happened. But a lot of people are saying a lot of stuff that is probably not true, like on both sides. Like, people are just speculating, and that's definitely not something we want to do here. So we have no idea who bought subs or if anyone did. So we really don't want to even have those conversations. We'll let you decide that.
I think the best way to maybe put a stop to that is YouTube would know if the two largest channels on their platform were using deceitful tactics and bots and whatever you want to call them, unless it was in their interest to allow them to do that. And why would they allow them to do that? YouTube would lose reputation if this ever came out that they knew there was sub-botting, and surely YouTube would know this. They're not going to let the biggest channel in the world do dumb stuff that's against the terms of service. Yeah. Right. Like, or they're not going to let it happen for long. So, I don't personally think YouTube is just allowing, sub-botting on about to be the biggest subscribe channel in the world. I just don't think it's happening personally, but I have no idea. That's my opinion. And Nitro Science asked, what is your opinion? And my opinion is, I don't think they are. They may have done some stuff in the past. Who knows? But they're under YouTube's radar now. So yeah. I doubt YouTube would allow that. There was, I'll bring up one I don't know if you want to call it conspiracy theory, but something, an interesting point that game theory raised was that in India, there is a huge digital land grab at the moment as all these people come online and they've been exposed to these platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Google, and how much of a status symbol would it be to have YouTube, the second biggest search engine on the planet, the biggest video platform on the planet? How amazing would it be to have one of the home, like a channel from India, be the largest channel on the planet, and then Indians are subscribing to this to T-Series, and then they're using more of Google's products because of this. So maybe they're turning a blind eye to it. Now I'm just saying that's like a well-considered argument for why this might be happening. But yeah, who knows? Love to hear your thoughts.
4 or 5 years ago, I was in a meeting with YouTube, and they were like, "Hey, just to let you guys know," and I was representing a large brand. They were like, "India's the fastest growing, YouTube property right now, the country using YouTube. So you should invest in India as fast as you can. They will become one of the largest, if not the largest, viewers of YouTube content." Yeah. So honestly, YouTube even knew back then, and YouTube started working with creators in India, and they knew it was going to happen. So, a lot of us in the industry knew, this was going to happen. And we didn't know about T-Series at the time. We didn't know who, would start dominating, but it's been a very long time coming that India is one of the fastest growing and most populated, countries and regions in the world. So it just makes it, honestly, if you just look at a globe, it makes sense.
Yeah. And if China was not behind a huge firewall, and that's something to consider. What happens if the internet is opened up to China in the next decade or the next generation? We could just have this happening all over again.
Absolutely. And a lot of people in China are using YouTube illegally. They're doing stuff. I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people in China do use YouTube. It's just not, they're not allowed to.
Nitro John here is, you're flying the vidIQ flag here. Thank you very much. You're saying that we ourselves are so close to 220,000 subscribers. You're right. We're on 219,991. So it would be awesome if we were able to surpass that landmark, perhaps in this live stream. Maybe I should challenge myself and I'll stay on until we hit that landmark. 219,992. So maybe it won't take that long. But yeah, thanks for noticing, John. Really do appreciate that. Any more comments there that we can see?
A lot of people are Mr. Beats and Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
A lot of people are from yours channel. Hi. Let us know in the comments. What did he say? Like, how did you guys get here? Did he tell everyone to go subscribe? Did you see an ad that he's running, on behalf of PewDiePie? How did you get here? We'd love to hear your comments.
As PewDiePie is now 192,000 subscribers ahead. God, wow. Jeremy, can you just imagine if somebody just decided to do a marathon live stream and just cover this? Actually, but I don't just mean with a subscriber count. I just mean somebody sat here talking, reading comments and stuff. I don't know if I just challenge myself to do that for the next 72 hours to...
Hey, that's all on you, buddy. Someone just wrote in the comments, when will Ninja overtake PewDiePie? I can see that happening because if you look at the velocity and how many subscribers per day that Ninja has compared to PewDiePie, I could see long-term Ninja overtaking PewDiePie.
Yeah, if I just quickly look at that, I think he was at 19.2 a couple of days ago. Okay, so he's still at 19.2, but I think he's getting around about 50,000 subscribers, and he might be the next channel that we actually focus in on a little bit. We've done a amazing video on Ninja on how he's been so successful by yours truly. So if you are interested in that, I'd love more people to watch it because I spent a damn long time putting it together, and then I spend the same amount of time putting one together on PewDiePie and T-Series, and that one gets 50,000 views in 24 hours, which is just amazing in itself. Yeah, this is the crazy world that we live in. 219,994 we're now on here for vidIQ itself. Jeremy, do you need to go? I don't want to keep you keep here.
I gotta go, but it's nice hanging out with you guys. Enjoy the rest of your T-Series Day.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. I just want to say he's done an awesome job this week setting up these live streams, and we have buried ourselves trying to cover this in as much detail as possible. So, Jeremy, have a good weekend. I will see you in the Monday meeting. Jeremy's going to sign off there, and we're just going to take it back to me, I think. Yeah, if we just click that button there, I'll press that button there. Jeremy disappears off screen. I'll just put on his beautiful face there as a freeze frame. But yeah, welcome here to now a solo live stream, and we just wanted to add a bit of conversation to the topic here of T-Series attempting to overtake PewDiePie. But the really interesting thing in the last few hours is that PewDiePie has fought back. We assumed that he would be overtaken around about now, but there has been some videos that have come out in support of him, a Mr. Beast video, which we think is having an impact here. Around about 3 or 4 hours ago, PewDiePie was maybe about 100,000 subscribers away from being overtaken. Now he's back up to almost 200,000 subscribers being overtaken. So yeah, folks, if you are in the live stream, let us know where you are in the world, what time it is, and I'm happy to do some shout outs here. So hello to people such as Big Cheese Games, Nitro John Science, thank you there. You're doing a live count of us about to hit 220,000 subscribers. We're just a very small fish in this huge YouTube ocean, but we try our best to help you help grow your channels. So yeah, it really is appreciated. Sorry, I'm just going to hide the chat there, which is sometimes inappropriate. I do apologize for that. So yeah, hello to Joma N. Crew. It's pizza time for you. The Mutt Fat. It's 5 a.m. there in India. Zhao Show, hello to you. Yoptastic, hello. It's 1 a.m. in the UK. Thank you for this commitment joining us here. Science Games in France, it's now 2 a.m. for you. Hardcore, really do appreciate it. Emerald Tommy there. Sorry, you're asking, can you respond to this music in the most subbed channel? I'm not sure what the question you're asking there. Nitro John Science, hello to you in Australia. It's probably actually a fairly decent time for you. We usually live stream at terrible times for people in Australia and New Zealand, but I'm guessing it's somewhere in the morning there for you at this time. Hello, Kit Slamart. You're just jumping into the stream. We're having a second stream running here. The one you see up, I'm going to have to point in the right direction. The one you see here is our sub count tracker for T-Series versus PewDiePie. But we're doing a live chat here. So yeah, maybe I can just do a little bit of tweaking here. Maybe I could fix this a little bit. Now, I don't think I'll be able to fix this on screen. So we're just going to have to leave Jeremy's face there for now. God-given Jonathan, it's 2:59 there in Uganda. And now I just need to stop because we are at 220,000 subscribers. That happened so fast, I almost didn't follow it there. It's just, oh no, we've gone down again. We've gone down. Oh, we've gone up again. Wow, this is going to really stress me out for the next couple of minutes. Now we're at 220,002 subscribers, so maybe we can move past. No, we've gone down to 220. You see, our subscribers are moving really fast at the moment, which is amazing. But yeah, thank you, Nitro John, Emerald Tommy, Science Games. Yeah, I think, and yeah, Good Game, Just Res. We've made it up to 220,000 subscribers. It was hard. It was emotional. Creator Kid, okay, you're asking a question here. Will it affect the whole YouTube community if T-Series passes PewDiePie? Will YouTube focus on companies instead of the individual YouTubers? I don't think that's really going to change in the short term. This is evidence of the long-term maturity of a YouTube platform as companies realize how important video marketing is now and how people are cutting cords. They're using YouTube TV. They're using YouTube more and more for their consumption of content. Like if you go to your mobile app now, and I'm just going to do this now. If you go to your mobile app on YouTube, you tap on your channel, and then I'm just going to try and get this in the screen. There's now an option for time watched, and if you tap that, you'll see your own statistics. Like we've watched a lot recently. Wow, there's some interesting figures coming out from our time watch. I think this is probably going to be affected by our live streams. It's telling us here that in the past week we've watched 247 hours of YouTube, which I don't think is humanly possible. So I think our daily average watch time now is 35 hours, which is literally impossible. So I'm not sure quite why it's saying that. Maybe it's because Jeremy's been having this live stream box running in the background. But yeah, what I'm basically saying here is that people are now using YouTube to consume content rather than television. There's obviously services like Netflix as well. So companies have to move with the times. It's not good enough now just to have ABC on TV. You also need to have shows like Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert as YouTube channels so they can grab an audience wherever it is. So I think it's just a sign of changing times. It was 5 or 6 years ago, it was a platform of perhaps the individual video creator, but as YouTube's now monetized this platform and more people move on to digital services, like all of these hundreds of millions of people in India who are joining the YouTube wave, then yeah, that's what happens. I'm just noticing here, it's interesting that our real-time stats are showing 219,988 and the sub count here is showing 220,003. So interesting discrepancy there. Maybe we need to fix that little bug on our platform there. Yeah, if you're not sure what this is up here, by the way, this is the YouTube real-time stats bar. It's part of our tools. It shows you all sorts of analytics. It's giving us a breakdown of how our channel's performing right now. And as we analyze this video here, it's giving us a video scorecard, which tells us information such as how our tags are ranking and SEO score, which we're doing quite well on. So yeah, quick introduction to vidIQ there. If you are new to our to who we are, we actually have a big YouTube tool that will help you grow your channel. It's not just about all of these analytics that you see here. We've got hundreds of tools. Just having an itchy ear there with my headphones. All right. Okay. If you have any comments, just let us know what you think here. So Quack Dog is saying, if companies make YouTube channels instead of investing heavily in advertising, will it destroy YouTube? Since the number of advertisers paying for ads will decrease, the money will go to employees. I think that's an interesting point of view. To counter argue that, there are now 2 billion people logging onto YouTube every single month, and that is only going to continue to grow as countries such as India develop more internet infrastructure, which is incredible. You do have to consider those things as more advertisers come on. I think advertising spend is going to continue to increase on YouTube, whether or not big companies are on here advertising their own products and services, because YouTube is just such a dominant video platform, and any competitor is so far behind at the moment. And like Facebook is trying, but I think YouTube is still winning that, I guess, revenue war at the moment. I'm just going to break off now to say that PewDiePie has surpassed 67,500,000 subscribers. T-Series still at 67303. So now, I think in maybe within half an hour, could PewDiePie be 200,000 subscribers ahead once again of T-Series? That would be interesting to know. I'm seeing that vidIQ is moderating here, so I do appreciate it. Let me know who from the vidIQ team is moderating right now for us, because I just want to say a shout out and thank you very much to you. Jeremy had to leave, of course, but yeah, whoever's moderating from vidIQ here, really do appreciate it. Question here from Bad Sinner. What's this? If Felix Child would take over PewDiePie channel, and if Brad gets a child, I'm not really sure what question you're asking there, but I've been completely confused by that question. So yeah, if you could maybe restructure, I'd be able to help you there possibly with an answer. Now, yeah, so here's an interesting question coming from Canal. Do you think that when Indians wake up in a few hours, T-Series will rocket once more? I think yes, to a certain extent, but perhaps not with as much force, because T-Series is an entity more than an individual. And I think, as Jeremy was saying earlier on, PewDiePie has maybe more of a personal backing, and he has what you might describe as humanity behind him in one sense. But there's going to be people in India wanting to see T-Series become the #1 channel so that they can say that the biggest channel on YouTube is an Indian channel. So I think, there's going to be a resurgence. I think this is a temporary fight back from the PewDiePie fans, per se, and people supporting the individual video creator. And I think T-Series is probably going to take them over, maybe certainly within a week. We thought it was going to be this weekend, but it's probably not going to be this weekend now. It may be in early next week. But, I mean, the dynamic of this is changing almost on the hour. I mean, this is why we're live streaming right now. We were all ready to pack up for the weekend, and all of a sudden, the dynamic has changed again completely, and it's absolutely fascinating to watch. Yeah, Moonax, PewDiePie is still continuing to win, but how long will that happen? Yeah, we have a countdown here, which we definitely need to change. You're absolutely right, Nitro John. I don't think it's going to be 18 hours anymore. We started predicting this countdown a week in advance, and we've changed it a little bit here and there. But we need to change this again, because it's not going to happen in 18 hours unless something, once again, remarkable happens, and we'll have to do another live stream. Sounds as if Muaxed, is that how I pronounce your name? Muaxed? Let's go. You're definitely supporting. Who do you want to win, though? Like, who are you rooting for here? Do let us know. Land on Pro. Yes, this is still going on. Does that mean you're already tired of the battle between PewDiePie and T-Series? PewDiePie still has that crown for the time being. Thank you, Nitro John. Yeah, vidIQ would love to take the crown, but as you can see, we're trending still in the 220s. We still might fall below 220,000 here. We've gained maybe 6 subscribers in the last 5 or 6 minutes. So yeah, maybe a subscriber a minute's not bad for us. Awesome to hear that you're like our resident vidIQ subscriber tracker here. So awesome. Thank you very much for that. Okay, so Mr. Bug, you're saying that I'm happy to defend this here. You're saying that our views suck when we're YouTube experts. So you got to think of the YouTube, experts video topic. It's a lot smaller than many others, and there's some well-established people already in there, such as Tim Schmoyer, Daryl Leaves. We joined, this topic about a year ago when I started making videos for vidIQ. And if you look at some of our videos, which have been very successful, we have videos over 100,000 views, certainly in tutorials. We've got videos on monetization, which are well into the tens of thousands. We launched a video yesterday, which was all about this topic, and I think it's already got 50,000 views. But I think the thing you have to realize for videos that we make is that we're not trying to, the majority of the time, we're not trying to hoover up a huge audience and do like clickbaity content just for the sake of it. We're covering this topic because it's really interesting to us as video creators and YouTube, YouTube experts, if you want to call us that. What we want to do is spread a really valuable message and give you super valuable tutorials on things that are going to help you. We're not trying to help ourselves here with the YouTube channel per se, other than to reach as many people as we can with really important things to help grow your channel. So we sometimes look at really non-sexy topics like should you have something like this. Here you can see the subscribe button here that I'm just hovering over. How do you make the best one of those? And those things aren't going to be searched by millions of people, but they are going to be searched for by people who are really serious about growing their channels. And then you start to get a smaller audience. So sometimes, yes, we don't get hundreds of thousands of views, but if we get 1 or 2 comments from people who say, I watched your video, I applied the strategies that you suggested, and my channel's growing because of it, those are the things that really are important to us on our YouTube channel. Yes, with our YouTube tools, we want many people to use that, and about 500,000 people do use our YouTube tools on a regular basis. And yeah, you might want to see our view counts over the last week or so, because we've been trending well upwards with the content that we've been trying to show you in the last couple of weeks. So I appreciate the question, and I hope that response is as constructive as it can be, because we do get asked this question a lot. Okay, so we've got an answer here. So from Moonskid. Is that how you pronounce it? Moon SKTD or Moonskate? Skated? I still haven't pronounced it right. I do apologize for that. Okay, something really interesting here, that we're getting really close now to PewDiePie being over 200,000 subscribers ahead once again of T-Series, which shows that he is still trending as a faster growing channel at this point. It's pulling away, which is remarkable to know. So what will happen if T-Series has more subs than PewDiePie? Well, one thing that's going to happen here as Light Gaming is that we're going to have to move this crown from one person, from PewDiePie, over to the left-hand side and put that on T-Series. But in the grand scheme of things, probably not that much is going to happen, other than you're going to see lots of news stories about it, that a company or a brand or an entity has overtaken what you might describe as an individual video creator. And for the past, I think, 1,750 days, a little over that, PewDiePie has been the subscriber king of YouTube. So that's just like a little change that's happening. That's going to happen. But I'm not aware of them, and I don't think we could possibly comment on any accusations against anybody at T-Series on this live stream without knowing more of the details. So I think we can't take that conversation any further there. So yeah, Terminator 79. Yeah, we have been following this video a little bit. If you want to tell us a little bit more in a chat to help explain what's happened here, Mr. Beast, a channel with nearly 10 million subscribers, put out a video today saying that he bought all of the adverts in a certain area, and I think on websites such as The Reflector, pushing people to subscribe to PewDiePie. Now, I don't think that those adverts necessarily are the catalysts themselves. I think it's the video, the story of him doing that, which is maybe having an impact, because we saw a spike in views on our live stream and on the video that we recently made about this topic. And yes, something's definitely happening, because now I think, as you just see here, PewDiePie is once again, am I right? Yeah, they are now 200,000 subscribers ahead of T-Series again, which is incredible. And I think over the last 2 or 3 weeks, T-Series have been catching up at a rate of about 60,000 subscribers a day, with PewDiePie getting around 30k a day and T-Series getting around 120k a day. But that's completely flipped on its head in the last few hours. PewDiePie is trending faster now. They're growing faster than T-Series. Maybe they can get to 68 million subscribers before T-Series. And that would mean that the video I made a little while ago is slightly inaccurate. But this is a fluid story that's developing here. Thank you, Ina Singh, for the praise there. We love you back as always. Yeah, and I'm going to challenge you folks now. What I want you to do is try and tell us or illustrate this story, the T-Series versus PewDiePie story, in emojis. See if you can tell us the story of how this is happening in emojis. Love to see it. So I'm expecting things such as the ghost emoji or the shocked emoji with some graphs, or emojis with rockets, or even emojis of faces. Do let us know what you think of this story in emojis. And I'd love to see them. And maybe I'll try and somehow read some of those stories out. Creator Kid. PewDiePie will delete his channel by 100 million subscribers. Will he still make videos and make a new channel? Why do you think he's going to delete his channel at 100 million subscribers? Has he said that? That would be... shocking. I don't even know how to describe what I might think there. Okay, so PewDiePie with a sticky out tongue, T-Series with a bit of a nonplussed look emoji there from Panda is a Bambo. Nitro John says T-Series big cheesy grin. PewDiePie with, I don't know what sort of emoji is that. It looks almost like a bit of a duck emoji, but I think PewDiePie is looking to the skies and is worried in that one. Trenton Steinbachs has an emoji with his gun to his head. Is that how you're feeling about this whole story at the moment? Climmy has a saxophone emoji, so you think it's a very much a musical adventure here. It's certainly for T-Series, of course, and some of the recent diss tracks that PewDiePie has been releasing are of intrigue. Alpho01, how is PewDiePie going so fast? It's because there's been some developments today. We think a channel called Mr. Beast may be causing an upsurge here in the subscriber counts. Do go check out his video after you've watched this live stream if you want to know more. Science Gains with the OK, smiley face, OK emoji. Pew with big cheesy grin emojis. And T-Series with looking pensive emojis from a black animation there. PewDiePie yesterday was a sad face. PewDiePie today, thanks to Mr. Beast, is some sunglasses. Yeah, I think maybe PewDiePie is feeling a little bit like this right now, thanks to the support he's getting from the vidIQ community. And that emoji came from, I can't see it now because I'm wearing glasses. That was from Just Rez, that one. Some smiley, some shocked poo emojis coming here from teaching the basics. So, why do you think that? Do you think this is just a complete waste of time and a mess? Do let us know with some clean content there teaching the basics. And, I'm happy to read them out. I'd love to keep these glasses on, but it makes it very difficult to actually read any of the comments. Purple Lemony 19 simply says that T-Series sucks, PewDiePie is better. If you can tell us why you think that in a constructive way, I'm happy to read it out. Fireblade Gaming has a collection of bird. So are you sort of like showing the life here of the life of PewDiePie as a chicken hatching, then growing up and then turning blue because the bird's dead? And then the T-Series, we have a dolphin, whale, swimming type emojis. It's almost poetry. Almost poetry there, Fireblade Gaming. Yeah, Curden, you are correct. It looks as if Mr. Beast has delayed the end of the throneship here for PewDiePie because they're now 202,000 subscribers ahead of T-Series. They're continuing to trend upwards, which is absolutely incredible. Okay, folks, what I want you to do now is, I think we've covered enough of the developing stories here. So I want you to tell us, we've got the estimated takeover here of 18 hours on our second live stream, but that's not going to happen. It's going to take longer. So when do you think, maybe you could put the day or the date or how many days, when do you think T-Series is going to overtake PewDiePie now? Or maybe you don't think that's going to happen. Let us know in the comments and I'll be happy to read them out. When do you think T-Series now is going to overtake PewDiePie? Emerald Tommy here. The story of PewDiePie is Smosh with cats. PewDiePie taking over. 5 years later, PewDiePie is the king of YT, but now T-Series is going to take over. The MoveFat is still confident that tomorrow. You think that T-Series is going to take over tomorrow. Thiagos Action TV, you say never. Black Animation, you're going for the end of October, which is, you're covering your base as well there since we're already at the end of October. That covers the next 5 or 6 days. Hello, Digital Jedi Master. Welcome to you. Thanks for a regular joining in on the community here. Sorry if your messages have been blocked by emojis. That's certainly not been done by me. I do apologise if that is happening. I am running solo here on this live stream, so I can't unfortunately fix it there. Maybe just do some test emojis. They may come through. Thiagos Action TV, you're changing your mind here to Sunday or Monday probably, as PewDiePie continues to get further ahead, 203,000 subscribers ahead. And thank you to the 50, we were below 220,000 subscribers when we started this live stream, and we're now about 20 ahead, so I think we've maybe gained about 50 subscribers during this live stream, so we're on a little bit of a run ourselves. Conman, wow, you're going for something super accurate here. You think 58 hours until the takeover. No, Nitro John here, folks. Nitro John is doing the calculations right now, so we're going to get a precise answer. Oh, we got the answer now. He thinks it's going to take 4 days. So Nitro John Science believes that in 4 days' time, T-Series will finally overtake PewDiePie. Ina Singh, you're going for the end of November. Wow, you think this is going to take another month? That's ambitious. So the guy on the right, man, is Jeremy Vest. He did join the live stream earlier on, but he's had to disappear for the weekend. And because this is a live stream and I can't control things as much as I would want to, he's staying on the live stream as just a freeze frame. I guess I could maybe try and fix this and get rid of him, which would be very cruel, I must admit. But yeah, he's currently there. The problem is if I try and turn him off, it turns me off as well. And if I try and go to just me, then we don't see the tracker. We usually have this live stream set up for something else. So we're adapting to the times here for this current live stream tracker. When Mr. Beast ends, PewDiePie ends, according to This Is a Meme channel. And the Big Suck is saying that they will never overtake. T-Series will never overtake PewDiePie. Master Slayer 5665 thinks, you don't think this is going to happen until... Wow, you think this is going to go on for another 3 months? T-Series will not overtake PewDiePie until 2019. Wow. All right, then, folks. I think... what we're going to do now is call this live stream a day. We have been on for an hour, so I do appreciate you joining us here for a bit of chat and conversation. And you know what? Chances are, because this is not going to happen probably tonight or tomorrow, we may do another one of these drop-in live sessions, and we'll have another chance to chat with you, and I'll try and see if we can get Jeremy on board, and we'll do a bit more riffing and talk to you guys. So... yeah, thank you very much for joining us here on this hastily put together live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to vidIQ if you haven't already done so. We don't just cover PewDiePie, we do a lot on growing your channel, and there's lots of tools you'll see on screen right now. These are all vidIQ tools that you can download, and it is free to download. There is a link in the description. But for now, enjoy your weekends, whether it's Saturday morning. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you very soon. Enjoy the rest of your video making day, and enjoy the continued popcorn viewing of T-Series taking on PewDiePie, who is now almost 205,000 subscribers in front. Crazy.